sorry about that. We actually got cut off there. All right. So yeah, we were chatting about Libra season. Let's see how you guys are feeling with this Libra season. I'd love to get your insight. Now we are a little more chill and sleepy. So we can have our chit chat moment. Are you guys feeling sleepy too? Or is Libra season more so waking you up? Or how is it going for you guys? Happy Saturday night, happy weekend. It's just gonna be a snuggle video. I feel like we haven't had like a true, you know, chill astro chat in some time. So, yeah. Okay, if you say so. Sorry, Isaac. So yeah, guys. Are you guys feeling these Libra vibes? I feel like many of you are gonna find like a lot of soulmates here roll in. Something, you know, big is definitely, as the karma turns. Oh, I wanted to say, guys, look at my hands. He has been nipping me while we're playing and like scratching. Oh man, more nipping. Wait, really? Oh my god, what kind of puppy do you have, Jenny? That's his answer. I love Libra season. What can I say? I just love Libra season. Okay, good night, Isaac. Oh, I have to take his collery wallery off. But the thing is, sometimes he gets absolutely crazy. And I have to harness him down. But yeah, let me take it off. He seemed pretty calm for now. Wait, let me take this off, Isaac. Okay, there you go. So, let's clear it. So yeah, guys. He's looking at me like, why'd you take that off? Okay. Does that mean we will never play again? No, Isaac. Are you looking for that? So, yeah, I feel like there are a lot of surprises coming. Personally, I've been feeling these Libra vibes. A German Shepherd? Oh my god, but bigger? Wow. Is that the dog with the curly hair? Like, it looks like a curly German Shepherd. I think I saw one of those recently. I have a picture. And I asked the lady, I was like, what kind of dog is that? Because it didn't quite, it looked like a German Shepherd mix. And it was a puppy. Hello, Isaac. Why, hello. Hi, Pooch. Am I dreaming? Am I dreaming yet? I think I'm dreaming. Oh, all right, Isaac. Good night. So yeah, interesting. Yeah, so this Libra season is gonna be really intense, though. I feel like it's gonna get really intense, like towards the end. Once you know, the planets head towards retro with Mars, you know, the Scorpio season is going to be very interesting. I'm kind of curious. I kind of want to pull on early Scorpio vibes, Scorpio season, because I feel like that started to kind of come through in the Venus and Libra reading for Leo. Yeah, I feel like Spirit wants to talk about Scorpio season. This is gonna be a big deal. I'm hearing why wait. Honestly, I mean, some of you. Ooh. I feel like Scorpio season is gonna be that moment, and it usually is, where whatever you had on the back burner, you're gonna go for it. You're just gonna do it. Aww. You're just gonna totally, you know, listen to a lot of new music. Interesting, Hannah. Honestly, yeah. Same, actually. It's interesting. Yeah, Venus in Libra is very much, you know, a strong placement for Venus. I feel like Scorpio season will bring out all of the elephants to the front of the stage that have, you know, been in the room with little to no access of leaving. I don't know, for the past few years, like, what? I see like circus elephants. It's like it's so awkward. That's their job. Oh god, I don't know. Let's clear it. So this is, I'm hearing in relation to Scorpio season. Isaac is like, I will just roll off of the bed. Well, God forbid. Off of, God forbid, the blanket moundy thing. Some of you, there's something that you're gonna realize is maybe kind of, it's like you're having a moment possibly of introspection with yourself, like, why am I doing that? Why am I waiting to call this out? Like, why don't I say something about this or that? Scorpio season usually brings the like roar out of us. I feel like every Scorpio season, I'm kind of like in this vibe and this mood of, you know, let's just do it already. And it's usually a time of fierceness on different planes, right? Spiritually, your sense is very strong around Scorpio season. I feel like this year I've been more so kind of like realizing how the seasons undulate, how the signs really correspond to the seasons and the psychology of the seasons. Yeah, which is interesting, and I feel like, yeah, it's all very interesting. But yeah, how are you guys doing with the transit from Virgo season to Libra? What are you guys feeling? Do you feel something is coming, like building up? Because I feel like Scorpio season, I feel like I almost want to get the cards on Scorpio season. We will definitely be doing a Mars retrograde series. That's going to be an intense reading though, so it's probably not going to be until the end of the week or so. But yeah, Scorpio I think is going to be intense as well, because Scorpio tends to bring things out to an extreme. Interesting, Jenny. Yeah. I'm kind of realizing that. It's like, it's almost impossible to go out without feeling like people are crazy. I'm sorry, but it's like, it's nearly, and it's ever since Mercury went retrograde. It's like, you're in a fucking video game. Who do we want to say medieval times? I don't know about the transits in terms of what it may be bringing up in terms of timelines, but maybe something in the medieval ages. Ooh, let's clear the sacral root. Ooh. Guys, Isaac woke me up last night. We were like, I'm hearing in a pander. What is a pander? I'm hearing that. But yeah, it's like, and the feeling is just like, it's hard to breathe out there. It's like, I feel like it's just so, you know, overwhelming. But it's the vibe, and it's a very particular vibe. It got really, like, kind of good back around Leo season. I feel like the energy got a little more, like, you know, pepped up and lighter even, and the frequency was rolling, and then it got kind of weird in Virgo season. Personally, that's how I saw it. I'm just like, what is going on? It's like crazy, and you have them screw me out there. Mercury retrograde. Where do you guys live, by the way? Where are you guys at? Because I'm a stalker. But no, if you don't want to share, you know, in the public chat, this is a live public chat. You never know who's watching. Just so you know. But yeah, whereabouts are you guys at? East Coast, US. What are you guys feeling about, you know, where you're at in terms of the place? Like, if you're in a big city, Texas, interesting. You both are in Texas? Wow. How interesting. Hey, Ron. Why, hello, Ohio. Interesting. What are your zodiac signs? Arkansas. Oh. Interesting. Apparently, there's like a crystal site out in Arkansas. Is that right? Hey, Ella. Dallas, Georgia. Oh. So Jenny's from Dallas, Texas, and Audrey's from Dallas, Georgia. Is that right? Hey, Alex. Hello, everyone. That's so funny. What a small world. It's like, honestly, like, you never know. Because, I mean, it was the other day, you know? It's like I was walking in Ron, you must know, you're in Baltimore. I was, like, walking around Georgetown, and all of a sudden this car is, like, kind of stopping in the road, and this lady, like, she was holding her hand out the window, and she was like, and I was thinking, what? And then I was like, oh, yeah, maybe she recognizes the channel. Maybe she has watched, yeah. So it's funny. You never know. Yeah. It's a very small world. But it's not only a small world, it's all synergistic. So, you know, I mean, close to impossible odds, you know. I remember I was traveling to Hawaii. I've told this story before, but maybe it's a message to me. Ooh. Can you tell I'm a partier? Hell yeah, Saturday nights. Okay. Isaac and I played a lot. What time is it? Damn, it's 1:34. But yeah, so I remember I was in Hawaii. I was thinking I'm on vacation. I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna see anybody here. Like, cause I mean, in LA, you know, you see people anyways, but a lot of people in LA are into like New Age, you know. So I was seeing a few people there, but I thought, nah, I'm not gonna see anybody in Hawaii. And the minute I arrive at the hotel, the lady is like opening the door. It's like one person working at the hotel, and she's like, "Oh my god, wait, is this Alchemy? I know you." I'm like, what? It was so funny. It was such an intimate space, but you know what's funny right now? I mean, what in the heck? He's literally sleeping. He's literally sleeping like that. Isaac? Hi. Okay, as long as you're comfortable. That's good. Okay, so yeah, I thought I felt him around my leg. So when I just see him like that. But yeah. Maybe you have, Ron. We never know. Yeah, so it's funny. I mean, really, you never know. Actually, it wasn't the first time in Georgetown. I've seen a few people in Georgetown. 3 times. But Hawaii just blew my mind. It was the first person that I interacted with. It was just crazy. And I was like, what? I was totally jet lagged. I'm like, yeah, like, yeah, right. Like, the last thing on my mind, you know? Had on my luggage. It was, like, funny. And then I saw her again in the town. So, and, so, yeah. Marty! Okay, listen. Marty. Oh my god. Earlier today, I wanted to call it out in the community tab, but I was like, I've already posted, like, 6 times. I was like, you know what? I'll wait until we're in a live chat. So it was so funny. Hello. I searched after the live from this morning and I was like, because I mean, something, you know, I was replaying the video and I saw that selfie of Isaac and I'm like, there's something about it. I'm like, I'm going to search up, I know it's going crazy, it's Sir Isaac Newton. Lo and behold, it's just like something about the resemblance was uncanny. And I posted that on the community tab. Then I'm like, okay. Then I searched Sir Isaac Newton. I don't know. I think I searched something like Dash Hound. I was like, you never know. Like, what are the odds? You know, what if he had a Dash Hound? Like, ha 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 ha. Okay, whatever. And then this thing pops up about his dog. Apparently, Sir Isaac Newton had a dog named Diamond, and I chatted about this super briefly tonight in the Venus and Libra Leo reading. Yeah, we had a little intermission with Isaac, and I was talking about that. Now, that was interesting because I mentioned there as well that I think Diamond came through another reading / video, and it was, yeah, and Isaac was doing the bucking. He was doing some kind of like rodeo dance. Anyways, so that definitely came through and I was like, Diamond. I remember thinking that, like, it was so clear the way it came out. So I was reading this article. So apparently his dog lit his whole desk on fire accidentally. Okay, we'll give it a wink. It's like a little wink. Yeah, and winkety-dink. And all of his papers and research was like up in flames. It's interesting if you read the article on that. But yeah, and then I'm like, and then it's like in an adjacent article, it's something about, something pops up about something about Einstein with a dog. It's a book. Okay, I almost said it's a reading. It's a book. reading. Having dreams of readings. What's that song? The movie? Shrek. It's like the beginning of that part sequel 3 of Shrek, where it's him and his children and he's having the nightmare of the children. Something like that. Now for the readings. Now, anyway, so yeah, but then it's like, it's some article then after that. It's like Einstein, 2 old men sitting on a park bench. And I'm like, wait, what? Okay, because then this took me back. And I'm like, hold on a second now. Marty, I remember that freaking reading. that Astro chat that night. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I think we were sleeping in this exact position. So we moved the whole bed, like, today. Where now, it's back to that spot where we were channeling here. I don't know why I just zoomed. Okay, let's just clear it. On the frizzies, Nat. On the frizzies. On the frizzy dizzies. On the frizzy dizzy woo. Okay, so yeah, that was amazing. I mean, that was one of, I think, my favorite Astro chats. That was like straight flipping through the Akashic records, it felt. Damn, but yeah. Just such a, very interesting. So, but anyways, yeah, I remember that, and I'm like, because that whole thing with the park bench, I immediately thought of that, and it was talking about like Einstein and it's Isaac Newton, and then it was like, anyways, and remember the squirrel who was the wizard who decided to come back into the next dimension. You guys remember that? Oh my god. Let's back it up, clear the signal on the route. Hey everyone. I thought that said testicles. Oh my god. Icicle. This is so cute. Yeah, I can't lie though. So yeah. It was very deep. It was deep. I mean, that was so great. Yeah. And I'm like, no, there's something to that. Like, and I think of it, I keep going back to that thought, that vision, you know? And, yes, we can have a chat about it. But, you know, the sugar and the tea works just fine. Actually, it's breakfast for me first, and then we'll do readings later. I don't know. Yeah, there was a moment. Something about that wizard who felt bad, and I, for some reason, when I was reading that article about his dog putting his whole research lab in flames, I was like, it was very interesting. I have to go watch it over. Interesting. And then remember? You guys remember that this Zoom was on purpose? That October, it was last year. With the whole where I saw the dude at the cafe. Actually, at that cafe, hold up. It's so easy to channel from this sleep state. I don't know. I feel like it was very interesting. Okay, he just has that look, you know, of like, but yeah. Last year, October, I remember it was Halloween. I saw that guy at the cafe. You guys remember that? How many of you remember that? And I came back and I thought he was like my twin flame and shit or whatever. Come on, I didn't think it was my twin flame, but I was like, I was having a Neptune. Remember the Neptune vibe? Remember the whole Neptune shit? And I'm like, it was the day, yeah, Neptune went retro, and I'm like, what is going on? What is going on? And he caught my attention. Okay. And he was like a skater or whatever. And he had like a backpack. You remember? Okay. Trick question. I just want to see if you guys still remember that embarrassing memory. No. But I'm honest. Listen, I'm gonna be honest. This is a journey. So his dog caught my attention. It was something about his dog. His dog looked like a total alien. It was something about the dog. That was originally, yeah. So I saw his dog and it reminded me of Bandit. And the guy was sitting on the bench. In like, it was a naturist area. Anyways, it was at Foxtrot. Okay, this is where Spirit wants to talk about the story of Isaac, because I have been going to, okay, without giving details, I've been going to this place, okay, for some time. Anyways, one day, okay, right at the corner, okay, of this store, I see this little dachshund dog. Now, for a really long time, I've been wanting a dachshund, even since college. Okay, I had a really good friend who had one, and it was just something, like, I loved her. She was just the loveliest girl. And then I saw, like, she had a dachshund. I was like looking at her, had her Instagram, and just fell in love. It's something. And so anyways, that was back in college years ago. And then recently, okay, like back in May, this was right after I had like a really bad, part Dark Night of the Soul, part 2-ish moment recently in May. And then it was like, oh gosh, maybe, Isaac, what's that on your face? I just want to make sure. Hold on, guys. Just want to make sure of something. Something's on your fur. Okay, you're okay. Just want to make sure he wasn't bleeding. He's like, no, but you are. With the way I nibble on toes and fingers. You know what I mean. Sorry, Isaac. Right, maybe he's got to just sleep now. So, anyways, yeah, we were saying. Oh yeah. So then I saw this little dash out on the corner recently. Well, before that point, I was walking down the street. Sometimes spirit talks, you know, like very directly. They will tell you like, okay, walk slow here, walk fast here. So one day I'm like, okay, walking down the street. I usually go very quickly, and I actually rarely take that street. But anyways, spirit all of a sudden is like, okay, walk really slow down the street. I'm like, okay, something's happening, and I always know. Yeah, they prepare. It's like they're preparing you for some kind of for some kind of encounter. So I'm walking real slow, taking it all in, enjoying the scenery, walking by these beautiful bushes and taking even a picture of a flower. I'm going, yeah. And then I get to the corner of the street and I see there's a little dash hound sitting at the corner of the street. And I'm like, something about that dog just caught my attention. This is one street up from last October, from last Halloween, when I saw the skater dude with his dog on that street. So anyways, I see the dog. I haven't pet a dog in DC since pre-COVID years. Okay. So, I was like, something told me like I should go and ask to pet the dog, because it was just like, it was a magnetism thing. I'm like, oh my God. And it was so cute. The way it had such a personality, you know, he's just sitting on the corner there. Like, I said, you know what? I'll shoot my shot. They had 1 minute to cross. I was like, hey, can I pet your dog? He's so cute. First I was like taking a picture, like a total creep. And then, you know, and then finally she was like, oh yeah, sure, okay, sure. So I was like petting the dog, and the dog was looking at my eyes. It was a click moment, you know. It's like, I went 5 minutes later, went into the spot on the corner that I normally go to, and I was like, I'm gonna Google dash hound. It's time. And it was actually a year before I wanted to adopt a dog. And I think it was like a part dash hound, and someone ended up adopting them, and I was like really sad, and well, really relatively, but I was like, aw, and so it didn't happen. I said it's not meant to be. Anyways, again, so fast forward, I was Googling, and I saw his picture within like 5 minutes online, and yeah, it fell together. So I knew it immediately. Like when I saw his eyes, I just knew that I had to be with him. It was totally like love at first sight. But more than that, you know, it was a click. And so, and it was his name too. Yeah, it was something about, even his name was Isaac. He came with the name Isaac, and I was just like, oh my gosh. And so weeks before I met him online, Spirit was preparing me, and they were giving me all kinds of little like hints. So yeah, but I just found that so interesting. On a side note, when it comes to that other chat we did with the squirrel dog who was connecting the two people, this was though in that astro chat in Salem. Yeah, guys. And so yeah, it's like really emotional, actually. Like, he plays a big role for me in my life. And yeah, so maybe I'll tell you guys more about that so long as I can. Yeah, so maybe I'll tell you guys more about that another time. But yeah, we're all going through our shadow work, and you know, yeah, it's definitely like, he really is like a birth, I feel, of a cycle of a lot of transmutation. So yeah, but I'm really curious, yeah, about, wow, like Spirit is trying to talk about that. I feel that, because there's something with that. I have to see it over. Let's clear up 6 of dark energy. This is that reading where it was about Salem and DC. It was like 6 hours or something we were channeling, and it was something about like going to it was about going from DC to Salem, and the reptilians were like following us. Do you guys remember that? Oh my god. And then it was like a wizard from a past life who felt bad about something, and then he needed to like he needed to reemerge in the story from another standpoint. He wanted to help the couple out or something. He needed to connect the couple or something like that in the park. Guys, I really want to make it out to Salem at some point. But yeah, and we went to Boston not too long ago, but then it ended up not happening. Like, I could have gone, but then the events were just all so like all over the place. I was with my sister, and she got, yeah, so and I could have like hit it up last minute, but my phone was gonna die. I was in the middle of like downtown Boston. I'm like, you know what, I'll just enjoy the city. And I ended up just going to Beacon Hill and just chilling. Had a so-called stranger couple take a picture of me on Beacon Hill. It was like very interesting series of events. But yeah, that was meant to be. That was the night, that was the day I vlogged from Beacon Hill. I don't know if you guys remember, I was wearing a coat. It was kind of cold. So yeah, and you know, so I decided, nah. Anyways, yeah, I'm kind of like partly not wanting to plan it, also because of stalkers, but yeah, I'm really thinking about, I feel like the timing is very intentional, obviously, right? But it definitely has been calling. I'll never forget the time that Salem, India came up in that one Astro chat. If you guys remember that, oh my god. Aww. They've met. Isaac and Bandit have greeted over the ethernet. Yeah, I'm like kind of interested, you know, because Bandit also was the love child of my really intense spiritual awakening. He came in like literally right after I had a huge spiritual shift. So yeah, I'm kind of like curious now. He's not with me right now. He's with my parents. Yeah. So he has separation anxiety. It was nearly impossible. And my parents, you know, it's time for them to spend time with Bandit. And Bandit is a lovely part of the journey as well. Always will appreciate him. He has a very special, very, very special place in my heart. And it was the same story with Bandit. You know, crazy story. It was around Halloween time. I was in Boston. This was before I was in DC. Before I moved to DC. This was, at this point, it was 2015. I was living in LA with my family. This was like not too long ago, too far off from when I was in New York, working in New York for a few startups, and then I moved back home to LA to work on my own startup. And then, you know, I was traveling around for the app, and then I met someone and had a crazy spiritual awakening, and then went back to LA, and I was there, and the minute that I came back to LA, it was like the weirdest thing, because I was going between New York and DC, and it was like, it felt like a, like ping pong. The energy was like ping pong, and by this point I had been in DC / New York. I was on the East Coast for like almost 2 months. My sister was going to school here. That's why I originally, yeah, have anything to do with DC. So, yeah, then, technically, okay, obviously it's grid work, but technically, and then, I was like thinking, you know, when am I going to go back? And so the day after I got back between New York and DC for the third time, so I was going back and forth quite a bit, then, my parents were like, hey, why don't you just like come today? Do you want to come back? And I was like, yeah, okay, I guess so. Like, yeah. Head back. Something in me was like, it's time, you know? And technically didn't have a real reason, you know, to go back. But it felt like it was the right thing to do. So yeah, it felt like it was the right thing to do. I headed back. The day I arrived, we got a picture from a family friend who was at the shelter. They were working at this shelter doing some sort of community service, you know, just you know, it was a good family friend, and they sent a picture of Bandit, and they said, you know, they happened to see this dog at the shelter. It was like their first day there, and you know, because they knew that we had a boxer before, and my parents really were waiting to adopt another dog for like 3-4 years, longer than that actually. But anyways, so the minute I get back to LA, this picture comes in. It was literally the day I arrived. I'm like, we have to go pick him up like right now. So because he was gonna be gone, I knew it. Spirit said you have to go there. Like, yeah, so we went. I saw it in his eyes. I was like, yeah, he's our dog, you know. Like, so we went and we got him. Like, when you know, you know. And when we went and got him, then we were leaving. The minute we were leaving, right outside of the shelter, this lady was walking in, and she was like, oh my god, like, and she started petting him. She's like, wait, is this Bandit? His name was also Bandit when he was at the shelter. So anyways, she was like, wait, yeah. We're like, yeah, we just adopted him. We're like, yeah, we're taking him home now, like, we just adopted him officially. And then the lady was like, I was literally just coming in to go take him to his foster home. We literally, it was an exchange of energy right there, right outside of the shelter. Within like minutes, we missed each other. If we waited any longer, he would have gone to his foster home. So anyways, so it was all serendipitous, you know, it's what's meant to be. And he was with me during the toughest of the shadow work. You know, Bandit was there with me, really, and it was, so it was, I love Bandit so much. I have obviously a special place in my heart for him, and Isaac plays a similar role for me, you know, but in different, with different, you know, matters. So yeah, but I'm like interested because this is the return on that energy actually, and I actually met a Bandit during the Pleiadian lineup, which happens every so often. Actually, wait. It happens literally May, which is when I connected with Isaac. This is the Pleiadian lineup. And when, in November, when I met Bandit. Wow. I just realized that. So the Pleiadian lineup, it's like a period of time where the so-called, we'll say, the veil is very thin, and there's a greater presence of Pleiadian light on 3D, and so that is very interesting. Yes, it is. he's like, yeah. Oh, it's okay, Isaac. It's just sirens. It's okay. So, that's very interesting. I literally just realized that. So his birthday is May 22nd. May 22nd, 2022. So, yes. What else? I think it's May. Yeah. What is this on your fur? He has some stuffies on his fur. Yeah, he's like, right? No coincidences. Yeah. Well, you know what, guys? I'm just gonna say it. Why not? I'll tell you guys what I went through. I'll just be like totally transparent. It is what it is. Got nothing to hide. It is what it is. So I'm sure you guys remember, right? Like I was talking to the Capricorn. And so we are on, like, we'll say hiatus from this connection, and Spirit came through and yanked that cord. And, you know, it was very, very, you know, it felt exactly like, you know, a death of some kind. You know, it's, in a way it was as if this person just disappeared, like poof, you know. And but I knew that it was time, and this was Spirit's way of kind of, you know, making it really obvious that it's time to detach, really detach. And it was only from that point where I was able to step more so into the Empress energy with myself and to give to that situation. It's like, you know, the water that you give to the seed, you know, seedling, grow. It's like you take all that water and you give it to yourself, you know, and that's kind of what it was. It was time to pull the energy back. So, and Spirit prepared me for this as well. Like for a lot of time, I was having dreams, dream after dream after dream. They showed me separating from this person, going on like this sort of, this showed me going on like some kind of, it looks like a fast, how do we say, like a galactic belt. And I was like going really fast in an opposite direction. And when I would meditate before I started the channel, before I officially started the channel, I was going through, yet again, Dark Night of the Soul, a lot of transformation and regeneration energies. And when I would meditate, I would actively see myself literally moving through space. So anyways, in this dream, though, recently, they literally showed me on this sort of this conveyor belt, even of sorts. But it was sort of, it was like, it even felt like a sort of galactic train. Anyways, I remember looking back at this person, and they were like still at the station, and they were kind of sitting next to someone to save privacy purposes. Okay, there are details, but anyways, there was definitely, yeah, a reason why they're hanging behind, and so they have to deal with that. You know, they have to deal with that karma. And so Spirit basically was saying very clearly, like, you're elevating, and it's time for you to elevate, and, you know, we're gonna detach you from what is not elevating, basically. Okay, in the way that you are. And it's kind of like we looked at each other in the dream and we knew, like, this is, yeah. But it was very, very painful. I'm still moving through that, and it is still emotional. But yeah, I feel like the past life, oh my god, it's very emotional. The past life, for whatever reason, between us, like, I'm pretty sure it involves some kind of, like, you know, if you're sensitive, maybe you want to check out now. But yeah, because there's no way to describe, like, when we separated, it was as if, you know, it's like someone is drowning. I mean, you can't save them. So, yeah. It was really hard. And so, but it was like a simulated past life overlapping with this lifetime. It was very hard. But, you know, I had to go through that. And then after that, I met Isaac. Timing was like really meant to be, you know. And so but yeah, there are reasons why you go through certain things, and this was one of the most, it was a really hard soul contract. So, yeah, the karma was insane in this connection. And it still is. Give me a sec, guys. Oh my god. Well, I was definitely not planning on tears. But, yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna pretend like, you know, that I'm totally through that, because it's not over, but it felt like some kind of like overlapping. Like you would feel the pain of a last lifetime toilet paper on my lip. Yeah. It felt like a past lifetime, okay, like in this present lifetime. And it's like, as much as you tell your logical brain, like, this is not happening, you know, yeah, so, and with this person in particular, like, I feel things so much more deeply, to the point where even, like, you know, the person who initiated my, you know, my transformations that led to creating this channel, I mean, that was a very different catalytic experience, and the shadow that was moved through with that person was so different from the shadow moved through with this person, to the point where I'm like, wow, you know, I mean, yeah, I mean, I feel that it's very interesting to think, you know, of this whole twin flame concept. Aww, that's so sweet, Jay. Thank you. Isaac says thank you. So, yeah. I mean, yeah. But that is like a very different shadow. And you go through it in stages. You know, like, I mean, I was like a total mess when we originally, like, when Spirit cut the cord, okay? They, like, really cut it. And it kind of shocks your system, you know? It really shocks your system. And so I moved through that energy at that time. And you move through it, and, I mean, you really have to face it. And it was the best thing that happened to me. I mean, honestly, looking back, it's like, wow. It's like you can actually breathe now, you know? But there is still a conversation happening, you know? So, with that. But you have it in a different way. So, yeah, and then other things can sort of grow as well in its place. And, I mean, really, it was the most beautiful transformation at the end of the conversation. Through all of the so-called pain that I allowed myself to release ultimately, right? And not taking on the karma, the guilt of others. That's where you're really able to transcend and step into a space of higher light. And that's where we really want to be, you know? So it's very hard to move through. It can be very hard to move through the shadow. But then once you do, you feel more real. Okay? It's like something to say like that. Because living with the shadow, with the cord that allows shadow energy to pass through, is, you know, in that illusory space of comfort, okay, of so-called happiness. But, and the trouble is when we know it's not right, but then we're sticking around in it, and then, you know, so, but it's normal to have reactions when you do separate. And that's why sometimes karmic relationships can be really hard, because it's almost like you're ping-ponging back and forth, right? Almost like purging, you know, and it happens in stages. So it took a lot of time for me to move through that, like a lot, to the point where I was ready to, you know, welcome loving energy back into my life. So, and once I did, then this was the gift from the universe. So, yeah. I appreciate you guys sharing the journey with me. So, yeah, but, it's interesting as well to see patterns, you know, patterns of energy of who you meet and so on. But yeah, guys, where are you planning on going for Halloween? Anywhere special? Are any of you thinking of being in Salem? That's so kind, guys. I'm literally gonna cry again. I'm already crying. Yeah. We all have our transformations, you know. But the timelines that cause us so much so-called pain and grief, you know, it's like we don't want to be in those timelines anyways. That doesn't mean it's easy to step away from something you know that's not good for you, but you want it in the end, you do. But you have to really be convinced. And only facing your shadow will do that convincing, you know? I had to get to the point where I'm like, I have to get over this. There's no other way, you know? Sometimes we also get into like a control dynamic, right? Where it's like, I know this is not working, but like, why? Why is it not working? Or why is it ending? Or, you know, again, we've mentioned this in readings. As humans, we want things to continue on. We don't want things to stop, to end, you know, to invest in relationships and partnerships and then for that person to just disappear, you know, from our life. And so, but, you know, the journey of the soul is different and we call these experiences in. We do, you know, and I know that on a plane or another, I asked this experience, you know, I asked of this experience. So, but it's healing, and healing is real, you know. It's not like cool, it's not just a cool thing, it's real. And yeah, but it's also, it's on that axis, you know. It's like, let's say you are with someone and then you break up, and then you know, you have a really hard time with that. It's like a sign to you, right, of what the dynamic was, right? The breakup is not so much, let's go in third eye, the breakup is not so much the breakup, it's actually a reflection of what was going on actually in the relationship. And that's what we were talking about a few weeks ago in that one astro chat, about chakras and cords. And when you are attached to someone improperly in the way that is not healthy to begin with, you know, then spirit comes in eventually and you detach the cord, hopefully. And that's why separation is a good sign. It's a sign of protection, right? And the easier you bounce back, the less time it takes, right, to get back in the flow, that is a good sign. It's not like bad if you know, if you're having trouble. Sometimes, hey, I mean, we've had relationships where we break up, and then we literally can't take it, we come right back together, you know? I've been there, you know, so where you literally like know something's not good for you, and you told yourself I don't, you know, and you come right back, and you may do that several times. So the sooner, the easier, or seamless when you are, you know, deciding on something in terms of, you know, moving further towards it or moving away from it, and making sure that, you know, you are committed to that in terms of it being in alignment with your higher self. Yeah, then I'm hearing your higher soul, then that is a sign actually that you are in a healthy ego, higher self state of balance. This is what I'm getting from spirit. So, and separation, if you're separating, right, from something, it's not for no reason, right? So the chakra alignment was not appropriate in many cases. This is why you separate from someone. So the sooner you can get on that bandwagon of like, okay, I'm not going to question, right, like why, right? And that, but especially if there's heavy past life energy, like we're saying, right? I mean, it's like you really almost are living through something that is so palpable and uncomfortable. So, let's clear in the third eye. Let's back it up. Clear in the third eye. Yeah, but it's necessary because that's maybe what you need, right? So you need to kind of become vulnerable with that aspect of yourself if you are taken to that point. So yeah, even within like, yeah, Russian doll system, nothing is random. If you end up having a harder time with that particular transit, right, of your karma, then that's also meant to be, right? So it's kind of like not fighting the process no matter what it is. Okay, do I need to cry right now? Do I need to, you know, feel this pain? Do I need to feel this hurt? The so-called sensation of pain or so-called sensation of hurt, that's meant to be, right? And so does the heart chakra need more opening? You know, everyone comes in to your life with a purpose. To show you more closely your relationship again with your higher self, and what it is that, yeah, because you know, the cord was not set properly apparently, right? Let's say you're gonna break up with someone. Sometimes you have a moment, right, with somebody, it's like poof, like we came together, you could be with that person for years, you know, and one day you decide it's time for it to be over, and you're not shedding a single tear. You know, this can be too, and I've been there. I've had moments like that. It's not about the time, it's not about, you know, it's about the cord attachment, and what is actually, you know, what is the energy that's actually exchanged. So yeah, yeah, so this is what is at play. So basically, if you're gonna, let's say, have a really challenging breakup, then most likely, right, I mean, that's a reflection of the very beginning of the relationship, you know, of the connection. How did you connect from the get-go? And this is really the reiteration of that one Astro Chat. I don't remember the name quite, but yeah, oh, I was wearing a blue shirt. I think it was something about karma. Family karma was in the title, I think. Or something like that. Or DNA, karma, family karma, DNA, bloodline, generational karma even, I think we titled it. But yeah, and so we chatted about this. It was basically, you know, when you detach from the original setup. So let's say you peel a sticker, right? You decide, I'm gonna peel this fucking Lisa Frank sticker, I'm gonna put it on my damn journal. Okay, I'm just gonna peel that shit. Let's say you peel that shit and you stick it on and it's crooked. Congratulations. You're it is what it is. Okay, you know, you're gonna have to basically deal with it. You have to unpeel it, and you have to go back in reverse, real time, and unpeel that sticker. And yeah, you need to maybe reposition it, you know, depending, like, did it lose its stick? Did it lose its value by the time you unpeeled it and it's all intact in one piece? Is it worth resticking? You know, some stickers, hell yeah. Some stickers are very strong. You can peel, repeal, you know. Let's get a perfect fit, you know, something like that. Let's go to the right side, Bonnie. But some stickers, it's like, it's over. Okay, let's get another sticker going. Okay, more where that came from, you know. But some stickers, you're like, no, like, I'm gonna use this one again. Okay, and this is a sticker I really like, or, you know. So heck, some stickers, you love some stickers so much, you're gonna make sure you get the position right, and you're gonna get some duct tape over it. Duct tape. Some, you know what I mean, some transparent tape, stronghold tape. But yeah, like, you're not going anywhere. But this is about sort of in a sense of feeling and understanding the process and being at peace with how you connect to someone. You will separate from someone your higher self is not in true alignment with that person in the way you're connecting to them. So will you connect to this person in a healthy way? It really depends on how you guys are available to connect. That person may be available to connect only in this way, only through the root chakra, only in this way with the root chakra. Let's kind of say, body. Oh, let's clear it through the whole chakra system. Let's clear through the whole entire chakra system. You know, up to the crown chakra, down to the root chakra. Only, let's say, maybe the root chakra, but where they're giving more of the root chakra energy and you're in deficit with the root chakra energy. This is, yeah, really the question. So that's where you can't force someone to be ready, right? You know, you can't, like, manifest someone to be ready. You are already both ready. It's a decision, right, that is made. Sometimes it's protection to not be with someone, right? Let's say that person, we're dating people in their cords, right? Whoever we're with, we're not just with that person, and that's where it gets kind of, like, interesting, right? Dating when you're out of the matrix. Dating people, it's like you're not just dealing with that person, and most likely you will realize that after you start dating someone, right? You're like, what's all this other energy? Those who are very sensitive to energy, feel free to also share stories here. It'd be very interesting, I'm sure, for other people as well to hear of your stories with this, because you may have, let's say, you know, you start, you know, feeling the karma of that person, their family, their friends, and, like, you know, so when you're dating people, you're dating their relations and their connections to their cords. Hey, Neil. Yeah, we're okay. Yeah, we're just sniffling from part 1 of this video. So, you know, you're dealing basically with how available they are for you, given what the karma is that they're moving through, given the karma that they're moving through right now, at the present moment that you're connecting. So that person may have something very toxic going on in another bloodline conversation. You cannot really be your full self, and why would you want to not be your full self, right? You're not here to force the relationship together. If you are meant to be with someone, you know, yeah. So the point is that they may have something going on that's not going to be compatible with you. Okay, then they have to do that. They have to square that away. Every conversation is not random. So, yeah, guys, this is the overarching message. We will definitely come through again with another Astro Chat, maybe this morning. Well, fuck, it's already this morning. I'm literally on Japan time with the way that, yeah, Isaac wakes up every so often, sometimes in the middle of the night. We'll maybe come through again. I feel like Spirit is very, very active. I can't even imagine. I mean, we're only in Libra season. Imagine once we're in Scorpio season. With a Pluto retro and a Mars retro. But yeah, I am really curious as well. And I'm very curious about your plans, where you guys are thinking of being for Halloween, and are you going to be traveling, you know? Because, yeah, this is something, who knows, and do you recommend? You guys have any recommendations? Or are you thinking to stick tight? Also, if you have any recommendations, any advice, any visions, But yeah, I've been sort of getting an A-okay from Spirit to travel. I'm watching The Great Pumpkin. Did anybody see Hocus Pocus Part 2? Hiding inside. Yo, maybe I'm getting a little too brave here. Mars retro, Salem, or Boston at least, or anyways. What do you think? You think it's gonna be too crazy? Do you guys already know your costumes? I have a feeling that this, I almost said Christmas, this Halloween is going to be way more active than the last few years. I mean, they've already got pumpkins out. It's like they're getting ready to like freaking go like Halloween ATV style. Yeah, so what do you think? Maybe it was better than part 1. How can we watch it? Someone said Disney Plus? I don't know what that is. I have to look into that still. I don't have like Netflix or anything. Really? Yeah, that happens to me, Pluto. I feel like sometimes I'm like the only person who's like this. Like I could be watching a movie and I mean, the first 15 minutes of almost every movie, I'm like not paying attention. I swear. I feel like it's only me though. It's like whenever I'm watching a movie with like other people, it's like I feel like everyone is like so engaged and they're just like understanding everything. Like I have to watch the movie like a few times. I don't know what. It's like I gotta be very honest here. I never pay attention to the plot. Yeah. Everything you didn't want to know about me. But yeah, I don't know, like hashtag fun facts. Yeah, I don't pay attention to the plot. I literally am just visual, and then I'm like, is it gonna, sounds weird, but is it gonna catch my interest? Like, I first gauge it, like, yeah. I'm not paying attention, like, you have to earn my attention kind of vibe. That sounds weird, I'm telling you, but yeah. It's on, like, no matter how hard I try. Like, some people, they watch the movie, and they're literally, like, following along, and they're, like, interpreting that shit. I'm like, what? I mean, if I'm interested halfway through, then I'm really gonna be interested. I'll like focus, but at least the first 15 minutes, I'm like just watching. Like literally, it's not like it's like literally just like eyes on the screen. I have to like settle into the movie, you know. But yeah, I'm always shocked when people like ring up like first scene factoids. It's like, yeah, remember when the first scene when he was like, I'm like, I wasn't like even like paying attention, like what? I don't know. Like at all, like how can you pay attention? I don't know. Let's see here in the chat. Yeah, it is a vibe. Yeah. Oh my god, I feel like I always fall asleep now these days during movies. Oh my god. Yeah, right. Danger Cat. I never even remember the name of the movie. I swear. But yeah, like I'll remember it, but I don't know at this point, I don't know what it is. It is like random scenes. Yeah. Like I feel like I have intense selective memory. Like I'll remember like certain movies very well, and I'll only remember those movies. Like I have like limited slot space. And once I remember a movie, I'm not forgetting it. So it's like the real estate market isn't looking too good. Well, I guess it would look better, but no. I mean, it would look better because it's like higher in demand, I guess. I don't know. We're not doing real estate math right now at 2 a.m. Yeah. It's like not going off the market. Not going on the market. Okay, we gotta stop this. This is weird. Oh god. Oh, let's clear it. It's like a shrew mathematics. How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, right, Pluto? You know it. The Notebook, How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, The Proposal. Yeah. I didn't see that movie. Yeah, I didn't see that movie. even if I did, I saw it, but I watched it, but yeah, I saw it, but I didn't really. I usually don't understand the movie by the plot. Like when the characters are talking to each other, I'm not paying attention. I have to admit this. I gotta get this off my chest. I feel guilty, maybe. I don't know. It's in the back of my mind. I don't know. I feel like weird though, because everyone always is not that way. Like my sister, we're very different. My sister and I. There we go. With this whole, like, this is a very personal astro chat. We're super different. Like, I feel like whenever she's watching a movie, she's always, like, hardcore paying attention, like, as if she's in some neurobiology class. And she's gonna get tested. Anyways, it's, like, it's funny. But, yeah, I'm definitely not paying attention. I'm sorry. I don't know why. You know how Isaac doesn't pay attention when I tell him to stop biting my feet? Just like that. Oh my god. I don't know what it is. I just feel like I'm not meant to pay attention. It's like the characters are talking to themselves. Like, why would I be paying attention? I don't know. Until we get into the major part of the movie. Like, I feel like in the beginning, maybe it's the intention of the director even. It's like, this is not really that important. I don't know. But then, of course, every minute of the director's work is important. But maybe they're assuming, the beginning of the movie is more, on the low key, like when people are getting popcorn, finding their seats. What if they miss this? Nothing important, so maybe that's what it is. Because I'm definitely, I don't know. It's like I get the hunch that I could zone out a bit. It's until it's mid movie. Let's see, what movies have I watched? I've seen, not as if anybody has asked that. I'm definitely not a movie critic then. I don't know. Sometimes it's embarrassing though, because it's like, then people are like halfway in the movie. Wow. Yeah. What do you think about that one scene? It's like, what do you think about this one plot point? It's like, we need a good zoom. Hold on. It's like, yeah, I don't know, actually. I don't even know who the fuck you're talking about. I don't know who you're talking about. What? I don't know why we're laughing so hard. Okay, because it's like all of this, like, all this pressure from so many years of watching movies. Yeah. I don't know. And then it's like people are like explaining the plot in depth. It's like, remember when Magus was like walking down that one street and then they were sharing that icon? It's like, no. But some movies are absolutely captivating. And and the beginning of them, the beginnings of them I do remember. And one of those movies is Atonement. That movie is a priceless work of art. I was captivated from the beginning to the end. It's a very sad movie, though. There are parts of it is very, very sad, but I'll never forget it. The directing is just impeccable. So incredibly impressive. I remember the first scene. Yeah. Maybe that's part of it. Like, I think some movies, they just jump into the movie, like, without really engaging you, like, with your mystery, like, mind... curiosity, it's just they just start jibber jabbering like as if we care about their life. No, you have to explain to us why we care about what's going on here. That's personally maybe why So, Atonement is an amazing movie. I found it's one of my favorite movies, I think. yeah, everything, the acting, James McAvoy, yeah, it was just amazing. It's just like the movie is like delicious. It's like the way that it's filmed, it just speaks for itself. It's like the characters don't need to be having conversations, like you can read it now. But what other movies I saw? The last movie I saw was right before the pandemic. It was Knives Out. I literally saw that in the theater. What else? I don't remember even. Which movies have I seen? Haunted Mansion, duh. We mentioned that like all the time. We pull from that all the time. Scorpion King. Yeah, that's an amazing movie. I just love it. I just love that movie. I've watched it like 15 times. And every time it's like I see something different in that movie. And it's just really cool. Okay, let's start with what I haven't seen. I haven't seen Star Wars. Gabriel, you're gonna go crazy. I think it was Gabriel. One time, Gabriel, I think I mentioned this before, and Gabriel was like, "What?" Haven't seen Star Wars. Accidentally saw Star Wars though. It was like a snippet of the movie. We went into the wrong theater, and we stuck around for a little bit, and then we got up. It was like Star Wars 3 or something. Is there even a 3? Yeah, it was one of those sequels. It's like, what's the point? Why are we watching this? Like, we didn't even see part 1 kind of vibe. So that's the point we kind of got up from. We got up at when we realized even it was because we got to the theater and we're like, I don't think this is the movie that we got the ticket for. So I mean, nothing wrong with seeing a sequel, but we were like, we should go find the movie we got the ticket for. I don't know, it was so funny. We were sitting in the theater. We're like, we tried it for like 10 minutes. I think it was with my family. Okay, anyways. So that was like years ago. And I don't know who I was with actually. And then the whole memory thing is. Anyways, let's get back to it. So, anyways, let's get back to it. What else? I haven't seen this whole Game of Thrones thing. I've never seen that. Not even a minute of it. Okay. I did see something on YouTube about it, but I'm just like, what? I don't know. It's got a lot of this like machismo energy. Personally, I recently have found that movies have this like, yeah, it's just, it coaches this like toxic masculine energy, and I'm just like, I don't know, I don't want to be sitting and watching this. You know what I mean? Sometimes I recently have been less into like movies. It's very specific movies that I'll like want to watch. I feel like we talked about this before. The energy, the vibe of the director, backstage, how they actually feel filming the movie, you know. But I feel like, yeah, a lot of it is vibe. Oh, The Proposal, I have seen that. The Notebook, I have seen that. What else? I haven't seen probably most movies as of late. Obviously, seen Shrek. Let's back it up with Roger. Seen Ratatouille. Yeah. Oh, I've never seen Love Actually. How is that? Anyone seen that? I hated that one movie. Oh my god. Which one was it? We talked about this as well. It was the J-Lo one. It was so awkward. I was like feeling very uncomfortable because I felt like they did not have real chemistry and like something was off. I had to immediately, I didn't finish that movie. I think it was the one where, is it Made in Manhattan? I have seen The Holiday. I saw it during a holiday, at a holiday party. Oh yeah, I've seen Titanic, yeah. Yeah. She was like a maid. What's that movie? Oh, Miss Congeniality, I've seen that. Breakfast Club, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, 16 Candles. I'm hearing Hot and Pink. I don't even know. I don't think that's a movie. So in my spare time, when I'm not when I'm not watching movies while watching movies, well, we said I'm watching them, but I'm not really paying attention. Yeah. I'm making up the names of them. So Legally Blonde, I don't think I've seen that. Pretty in Pink. What else? I've never seen Clueless. I've seen American Pie. It's just like random stuff I'm remembering I've seen. Never seen Avatar. Never seen Avatar. I've seen Lucy. Let's back it up quick. Never seen Avatar, but seen Lucy. Seen Interstellar. I've seen that movie. What is that movie, guys? It's that one movie. It's with it's like a cartoon. It's very sad with the purple character, the purple elephant or something. He sacrifices himself. What's the name? Okay, before I remember, that I've seen also Taken. It's very random. But yeah, on a very different note. Inside Out. Thank you. Yeah, I've seen that. I've not seen any of these. No. But that sounds very familiar. I've seen Divergent. I love Divergent. I've seen Tomb Raider. Okay. That shit's haunted. My phone fucking started getting possessed after that reading. Really? Okay, interesting, Neil. Okay, I'll look into that. I've seen that Tim Burton movie thing. I've seen Saw. I've seen The Ring. Way back when I was in high school. What else? I've seen E.T. Oh my god, I love E.T. Wizard of Oz. What else? I've seen Coraline, yeah. What else? Dr. Dolittle. Never seen The Long Kiss Goodnight. What about that movie in Seattle, Sleepless in Seattle? I've seen Inception. Yeah. I felt like I was at the SAT. It's like you're watching this thing, it's like freaking. No, haven't seen Matilda. I saw that movie, it's like Mexican. What is it? I saw it on a flight. Oh, I've seen Moana. I've seen that Mexican movie. It's a Mexican Disney movie. Right? The phone's gonna die. Shoot. What's that movie? It's like a haunted Mexican movie. Where it's like a haunted vibe. It's like with the corpses. Oh, You've Got Mail, yeah. Any movies you guys recommend? Never seen Coco. I think that's it. Yeah. Right. I think it's Coco. I had to force watch that on the flight. What else?
movie with the dude? Gerard Butler? No. I've seen his movies. The one with Cameron Diaz, I think it was. Who's that guy though? I've seen Pride and Prejudice. It's like, what's that movie? Where he's like, oh, Pretty Woman, I think it's called. Yeah. Huh. Oh, What a Girl Wants. That sounds very familiar. I don't think I've seen that though, actually. Like, but yeah. So, are there any actors or actresses that you guys click with in particular that you have like a total affinity towards? Personally, like I really like James McAvoy. I think he's amazing. I love Rachel McAdams. I have never seen. Yeah. What about? But yeah, guys, the phone's gonna die. I have to set up my apartment again because I moved everything, so I don't have a charger here on this side. I feel like Matthew McConaughey is a very interesting actor as well. Isn't he like now he's working for the government or something? Is that right? Texas? He's like, he wants to get into politics or something. Good night, Carol. Will Ferrell. Oh yeah, Elf. How could I forget? The Polar Express. Oh, the Polar Express. What else? Let's clear. Let's back it up. What else? How can we forget these movies? Narnia. But yeah, guys, we'll be back. We'll come on maybe later today. You guys, love you, light. Love you guys. We'll see you later.